Hey, sixth grade, I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. Today we're going to be doing Module 5, Lesson 17, but before we get into that, I do just want to remind you that you do have a Google Meet session with me today from 10:30 to 11, so hop on there, say hello, bring some math questions for me, and yeah, I'm excited to see you all again. So let's just get right into it. So today you're working on putting nets into surface area. So let's just get started. So here's what we're going to do. So example 1 says to use the net to calculate the surface area of the figure. And then it gives you a little note in parentheses, and it says that all the measures are in centimeters. So here's what I did. I figured out the dimensions by counting the boxes inside, and I will show you how. And I also labeled. So here we go. I labeled the boxes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In order to find the length and the width of number 1, I just counted my boxes. So going across, we have 1, 2. So that'll be your length. And then we only have one box going up this way. So that would be your width. Now, it would be the same for number 2. 1, 2 is your length, one box as your width, and it would be the same right here. But let's do a different one. So for 3, let's say, our length and our width, I have 2 boxes, so that's going to be 2, and then 2 boxes right there, and that's going to be 2. And this is the same as this. So this would be 2, and that would be 2. So for 1, all you would do was you would just take these, you're going to take these numbers that you found in each square, and you're going to multiply them, and then you're going to take these answers right here that you got, and you're going to put them into your formula for surface area, and your surface area is going to be the sum of all the areas, which means that you're going to take all these areas that you got, and you're going to multiply them together. Or add them together. Sorry, add, not multiply. You're going to take all these areas that you got, and you're going to add them all together. So I did this multiplication. This is super easy multiplication. We have 2 times 1, 1 times 2, 2 times 2, 1 times 2, 2 times 1, and 2 times 2. I know those look like S's or Z's or 5s, but they're my 2's. And then it's asked me to find the surface area. So I took all these answers right here and I added them all together. So I did 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4. And when you add all those together, you get 16 centimeters squared. So not too bad, not too hard. Now example 2 says to use the net to write an expression for surface area, and then it said all measurements are in square feet, so that's telling me what my label is going to be. So I'm doing a triangle now. This one's a little bit different. So I drew my lines kind of right here, as you can see, so I can count up. So for right here where this line is going, I have 1, 2 boxes, and then going across this way, I have 1, 2, 3 boxes. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 up. And all of these triangle dimensions are going to be the same, so that's why I didn't write them in anything, but this box right here is going to be different. So my length, I have 1, 2, 3 boxes, if you can see that. 1, 2, 3 boxes right here, so I wrote my 3. And then going up for my width, I also have 1, 2, 3 boxes. So now I'm going to work with those numbers. So for the area of a triangle, we knew that the area of a square or a rectangle up here would just be length times width. So that's why I did that. But for the area of a triangle, we can't do length times width. We have to use another formula. That formula is A equals 1/2 base times height. So you're taking your base, which is this, and then your height, which is this part going up and down. So for this would be your base, your height. Right here, your base and your height. So I did A equals 1/2 base times height, and then I did A equals 1/2, and then I put in my 3 for my base. I got that from right here. And I said that my height was 2 right here. And then don't take the half yet. You want to multiply first. So you're going to do 3 times 2 first, which is going to get you 6. And then you're going to rewrite that half down here. So you have A equals 1/2, and then just do 1/2 of 6, which is going to give you 3. So that's how I did that. But I also have a square in here, so I need to find the area of a square. So what I did was I did A equals S squared, and then I just took my 3 and my 3 and I multiplied them together to get 9. So now I have a 3 and a 9, and if I want to find the surface area, I'm going to do my surface area, which is adding them all up, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 9. And just to kind of simplify this down, I said, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 3s, so I did 4, 3, 4, and then in parentheses 3, plus 9. And now for that, I just did 4 1/2 base times height plus S squared. And that's how I did that. So now, flipping the page, going over to the next page, it says that name the solid the net would create, and then write an expression for the surface area. Use the expression to determine the surface area. Assume that each box on the grid paper represents 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter square. And then it says explain how the expression represents the figure. So for number 1, right here, you need to find the area of the triangle, the area of the square, and then the total surface area. So this is just like we did over here. So I went ahead and I labeled my heights. I went ahead and I drew them in, and then I counted my boxes. I had 1, 2, 3 going up, and then my base had 1, 2, 3, 4, and those are going to be the same for each square, or for each triangle, for each triangle. And now I need to find my squares. So I went ahead in my square and I said, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my length, and then my width, or my height, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. So that's how I did that. I used the same formula as I did for area of a triangle. I plugged in those numbers, and I got 6 centimeters squared. Okay. And then for the area of a square, I did the same as I just did in the last problem. A equals S squared. And then I have A equals 4 squared, or like we did on the back, you could just do 4 times 4, because 4 squared, if you were to write it out, it would look like 4 times 4. So make sure that when you're doing squares, you're not doing 4 times 2. You're actually writing it out and thinking in your head, okay, this means 4 2 times. So 4 times 4 is 16. And then I just did, for my surface area, I have, right here, I have my 4 times 6 plus 16. So if you do 4 times 6, you get 24. Plus 16 is 40 centimeters squared. So that's how I did that one. And then for number 2, you are literally doing the same thing that you did right here. They're just going to be different dimensions. So I went ahead and I labeled my boxes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6. So I counted my boxes for this one, and I know that this one, these dimensions, these, and these are all going to be the same. So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes for my length, and then my width I counted 1, 2. And that's the same for this one, and this one. And these two are also going to be the same. So I went ahead and I counted my boxes. I said, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up as well. So I wrote those all out. I said, okay, I have my shape 1, 2, 3 all the way through 6. And I just took those two numbers that I found. I multiplied them together, and I got these for all the areas. Okay. And then for my surface area, I just took all those numbers. I added them together, and I got 90 centimeters squared. So that is how you did your lesson today. A quick reminder, I know I said it in the beginning, but I'm going to say it again. We do have a Google Meet at 10:30 to 11. So if you are confused, come on and say hello and get some questions answered. I will see you all very soon. Keep up the good work. You're all doing amazing. And I'll talk to you very soon.